August 2004. It's just after 5 a.m. in Masan, South Korea. The sun hasn't fully risen. A quiet residential neighborhood begins to stir, birds chirping, morning joggers emerging. But on one narrow trail near Sanho Park, someone finds something that halts all motion. A black plastic bag, torn at the top, heavy, and wet. The jogger approaches. At first he thinks it's garbage, but something smells off. A thick metallic scent lingers in the air. Curiosity, or maybe instinct, pushes him closer. He opens the bag. Inside is a human arm, cleanly severed, pale, cold, and most horrifying of all, the fingerprints? They're gone, scraped off. This wasn't a robbery gone wrong. This was something else entirely. A message, perhaps, or a crime meticulously planned. A forensic team arrives within the hour. Another bag is found. Then another. Some contain flesh. One, a torso. None with identifying marks. Someone wanted this body to stay anonymous. But science doesn't lie. DNA analysis eventually points to one man. Smith, 53 years old, taxi driver, local, married, one daughter. Lived just 700 meters from where the bags were dumped. Smith wasn't famous. He had no criminal record. Neighbors describe him as quiet. His co-workers at the taxi company say he was punctual, didn't talk much, and kept to himself. Polite, but distant. There were no debts. No known enemies. The perfect stranger. And yet, someone didn't just want him dead. They wanted him gone. Detectives launch a full-scale investigation. They search Smith's cab. Nothing. His phone? Turned off. CCTV around his route? Limited. This was 2004. No dash cams, no GPS trackers. A taxi driver could vanish in plain sight. So they turn to the family. His wife, Jenna. His daughter, Wendy. They show up at the station voluntarily. Jenna fills out a missing persons report. He went out after dinner and never came back. She looks tired. Her voice shakes. Wendy sits silently beside her, hands clenched. Detectives ask basic questions. What was he wearing? What route would he have taken? Any recent arguments? Jenna says he was angry that day, but it wasn't unusual. He's often like that when he drinks. Still, her tone is soft, controlled. Too controlled? At first, the police don't suspect them. Why would they? Grieving families don't kill. Or do they? At this point, dear viewers, this seemed like a whodunit. A dismembered body, no fingerprints, no leads. But the truth was hiding in plain sight. And it started to whisper through the floorboards. Days pass. Crime scene units sweep the forest. More body parts appear. Some buried under leaves, others rolled into plastic. All are missing fingerprints. Meanwhile, at Smith's apartment, something isn't adding up. Detectives asked to search the house again, just in case. Jenna hesitates. Wendy bites her lip. Permission is granted. In the bathroom, a detective crouches. Near the drain, under the plastic mat, small reddish-brown spots. The kind only a luminol test reveals. It's blood. Not just that. Cleaning products are missing their caps. The bathroom has been bleached, but not enough. Upstairs, another officer checks their internet history. How to erase fingerprints. Best type of saw for bone. Where to rent a car anonymously in Changwon. This is no longer a mystery. It's a horror unraveling one search term at a time. August 10th. The police bring Jenna and Wendy in for questioning. This time, separately. At first, they deny everything. We were scared. We thought he was missing. But their stories don't align. Wendy says he left the house at 7:30. Jenna says it was closer to 8. One says he was angry. The other says he was calm. And then silence. Jenna drops her head. She whispers, "He came home drunk, like always. He had a hammer. He said he'd kill us." The room falls still. The detective doesn't interrupt. Jenna's hands shake. She continues. Wendy tried to stop him. He grabbed her. She struck him. We didn't mean to kill him. We just wanted him to stop. The confession stuns the department, not just because of who did it, but how. After Smith collapsed, the two women sat for hours in silence. Then Jenna spoke. "We can't let this destroy her life." And just like that, they decided to hide it. Together. They carried the body to the bathroom. Over the next 3 hours, they dismembered it, using a saw and a kitchen knife. They removed the fingerprints, packed the pieces in plastic. Some they buried. Others they left near the park, less than a kilometer from their home. As the detective closes the folder, he writes only one sentence. They loved him, but they feared him more. When police asked why they didn't go to the authorities sooner, Jenna said something that chilled everyone in the room. "Who would have believed us?" Neighbors described Smith as reserved. Co-workers said he never talked about his personal life. He didn't argue, didn't fight. But behind closed doors, a different story had been playing out for years. Jenna later admitted Smith had been abusive since 1977, the year they married. Physical violence, emotional terror, broken furniture, bruised arms, whispers, apologies, repeats. Wendy grew up in it, learned how to stay quiet, learned how to disappear into her own home. The final night wasn't the first time he grabbed a hammer, but it would be the last. The news broke like wildfire. Mother and daughter confessed to murder. Body dismembered, fingerprints removed. Domestic abuse, motive or excuse. Public reaction split down the middle. Some demanded harsh punishment. Others said they understood. On talk shows, people debated. In cafes, people whispered. In court, people watched Jenna cry. One neighbor said, "I gave her rice once. She thanked me like I'd saved her life. I never knew." In the courtroom, Jenna and Wendy stood side by side. Jenna, trembling, looked at the judge and said, "Please, don't punish my daughter. She didn't choose this life." Wendy sobbed, then lifted her head. "I struck him. I ended it. Don't blame her." The judge paused, and in that moment the courtroom felt colder than the forest where Smith had been buried. "You were victims," he said, "but the law is not blind to violence. Justice does not excuse revenge." Behind every quiet home, behind every polite hello, may lie a story no one dares to tell. This case wasn't just about murder. It was about fear, silence, and the cost of pretending everything's fine. If you or someone you know is trapped in abuse, say something. Don't wait. In South Korea, call 1366 or 112 or 1388. Anywhere else in the world, seek help. You are not alone.